Yeah, Morrison went, yeah, I'm with the scoff stuff.
Circle time with Draper.
I used to look at people I know in the army and be like, oh, he's in the army. Imagine how easy it is.
Yeah,
imagine how easy it is.
Fat
Like, I feel like certain section commanders are going to push me further, a lot further.
So this is part 3 of the recruit Q&A. If you haven't seen part 1 or 2 yet, just jump on my channel, go back and look at the previous episodes. So far I've spoken about like fitness and being tested, or it's like being a woman in the infantry, being a woman in the army. So yeah, jump back, watch those. In this episode, episode 3, we're speaking about beastings. Beastings in the army. If you don't know what a beasting is, if you've never heard of a beasting before, it's basically like corrective training for mistakes you make as a soldier. So if you do something stupid, you have, say for example, poor weapon handling, and you're dangerous, that's just one example of many, or you're just an idiot. Say your corporal, your section commander, or someone might decide to beast you, which is basically physical training. Corrective physical training, so you might be told to crawl up a hill and then duck walk back down, or vice versa, go for a long run, bang out 50 press-ups, get told lower, raised or raise, that sort of thing. And to be honest, most of the time, 90% of the time, you'll have someone come back into your room in training and be like, oh, I just got beasted, and you ask them what happened and they just run a lap of the block and they say they got beasted. That's not a beasting. A beasting's getting smashed. It's not like being told to do 10 press-ups because you've just done something daft. That's not a beasting. A beasting's getting smashed. It doesn't really happen too much anymore, but everyone will get beasted at some point in training.
What do you do in the first week or two?
paperwork.
Paperwork. Don't do no face.
It's frustrating because obviously you expect to get here and just get straight into it.
The dentist appointments and all that.
Dentist appointments and you get your marks right.
You get
some jags and all
showing
that.
how to put your kid together.
How long was that day you got like hit them? We were outside for hours.
4 hours, mate.
Did anyone go shown at a shower?
Yeah.
No,
We got Kirsty had to come to us in, mate, and then Kirsty had to strip down his boxers and they just stand in the shower and kid on his washing himself and after a fucking hell.
Wait, Someone
do that with you, yeah?
Yeah.
Our corporal was just like, nah, I'm not gonna do it, you're old enough to fucking wash and shave.
Yeah.
We never got shown how to shave.
I think we didn't show how to shave. He was like, oh, that's how you're supposed to wash and all that shit, and we're like, you sound.
Yeah.
It's like that common sense.
It's a shock, isn't it? Like the first week. I thought it was a proper shock.
Like,
the thing is, we got shown
greasing up
we
the
got shown how to
people.
wash. Yeah, there's still people that don't wash.
Do you
you do, you get folk who are just fucking
just stinking bastards, mate, crawl out of bed and just don't shower because they're too lazy.
Yeah, there's a few smellies there.
What are the beastings like?
They're just giving them.
They're not actually like why you
They're not that
They're actually not that bad.
I'll be honest.
Like they'll bang us in like a press up position, all this there for like 2 minutes, give us like 20 press ups, and then we just got beasted. We did 20
let's be
press
honest.
ups.
From what we've seen out there from other platoons, I think we've got it fucking easy.
The beastings during
100%.
PT are the worst. Like,
Aye, because you know
so
how
that, like for example, that time, remember we finished the tab, and then because we done a few hill runs then, because everyone had their watches on. For every single person that had the watch on, we had to do a grenade crawl.
Yeah.
That was horrible. I remember coming back to the block in tatters after that, like I can barely see.
One of the funniest ones is, do you know after we finished the PT in the sport hall, and the PT was like, right, let's have some target, he didn't with a scarf. And then Morris...
He didn't even say that, bro. He said something else, and then he went,
no, it was
it was about 7 reps or something.
Yeah, and Morris went, yeah, I'm with the scarf stuff.
Why would you dump yourself in like that?
straight on the apple chicken and
When you mentioned don't walk with your bacon.
I had to duck out with my bacon and
kept
fucking
falling out.
attack, and my bacon's like that, it kept falling back as a Mars. The corporal was like, get up, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, because you were so smiling.
Back in Mars.
I think you
I've
forget
probably had the worst fucking
beastings.
beasting in this platoon. What was it? Fucking grenade crawling for an hour and 45 minutes.
I remember around the camp, and I remember being like,
Intro free,
keep
mate.
going, Henchy, you've got this, keep going this.
Is that intro free?
Yeah,
Intro
it was
free.
first,
so
first day
sorry
of
for
intro
you.
3. We were there for about, I'd say, like an hour and a half. Just finished putting up our sentry positions.
Yeah.
I go to the toilet, leave my rifle at my basher. Who gets my rifle?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've got to crawl up to him, follow him about, and every time I got up to him, I go, Corporal, can I get my rifle back?
Yeah.
He'd blank me, turn around and walk away, so I'd have to keep crawling.
I remember-
Keep crawling.
See, if I was going I fucking love that. That was so funny.
I'm taking his
You look back.
I remember
intro.
I think it was intro 2. I got my rifle stolen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they stole mine when I was sleeping. I woke up for stag and was like, where the fuck is my rifle?
I was going.
I had to go over and be like, Corporal, I lost my rifle. Like, where did you lose it? And I'm like, I don't know.
I was coming off stag, and I remember I heard something Russ. I was like, what the fuck's that? Harry's not on stag. Sat up, but it's got. And he looks over and he goes, Dawson, first got me goes, you saw nothing. And I'm like, let's go on. Because he's still Henderson's as well.
I'm an entrenchment tool. He's still an entrenchment tool as well.
There she is.
Circle time with Draper.
Training's just a game. It's all about testing you mentally and physically. It's all the game. Your section commanders, your training team, they all play. They play the game as well. They'll play tricks on you. They'll do like daft things that are funny. They find amusing, and it is funny. It's not funny for you at the time at all, because obviously you're getting beasted. But to look back on, like, it's funny. Like, pretty much everyone in the army has a funny story about getting beasted or someone getting beasted. I've been beasted plenty of times in training because I was a Hmong most of the time. One of my mates in the Royal Welsh now, funny as hell, he got beasted for easily about an hour straight, and it was rough. So we were all stood to on, I think it was Interex 2 or Interex 3. We were all stood to in the morning. It's basically where someone shouts stand to, there's a bit of contact potentially, and you've got to take down your basher, almost like the roof of a tent, if you don't know what a basher is, sort of thing. And so you take it all down, you pack all your kit away, and you hold your rifle out and you're just scanning for a potential enemy. That's what being stood to is. And with a rule, not to wear any warm kit, because obviously if you have to bug out, if you have to get away from the harbour area, if you will have to leave because there's enemy or whatever, obviously you don't want to be wearing warm kit, because if you've got to walk for 4 or 5 miles, you could go man down, you could pass out with heat injuries and what have you. So they were going around checking everyone to see they hadn't got fleeces on, any warm kit on, and obviously my mate was wearing a fleece. So the corporal absolutely smashed him, literally for about an hour. He was duck walking, which is being down in like the squatter position, down low, walking around the whole harbour area. He was like, with the rifle held to full extension above his head. He was like jumping, doing like low jumps around the whole camp, crawling around the whole harbour area, crawling around the whole harbour area. It was rough, and literally every time he passed us, like, we were like, I'd hate that to be me. But yeah, it happens to everyone.
What's the initial first few days like?
Shit, it's so slow.
I
said before, medical paperwork.
Yeah.
That's it.
Testing.
Standing about a lot, mate. A lot. Remember in the lines we were standing for, and at one time, because we fucked about, because we were on the line in time, because we're fucking walking away.
Shit, I forgot about like, getting into line at 10 o'clock at night before bed, and then
you get your brief.
Issued all your kit, shown how to.
And then literally, when you've been issued all your kit, you're literally there every night for like 2-3 hours, ironing it, polishing your boots, making sure your lockers are sorted well. Some of them, I was like, oh, what years like?
Have you shaded iron in Scotland?
I was shit on, right?
Next question then. Do you do your driving licence test during the end of basic or when you get into your regiment?
Phase 2.
End of phase 2.
No, obviously. Well, we come back, we go on week's leave obviously, and then come back and do a theory
test. It's like
test.
week 22 or something you do.
We do a theory, and then I think Corporal said to me, he was like, you do a 3-day driving thing, and then you do your
test. It's a crash course, isn't it?
Literally.
It's literally like the advanced driving course you do out in the fucking
it's like a block week.
It's like literally where you pay like 500-600 quid in Civvy Street and you do all your
after
you've done your theory, you literally do you do like 20 lessons in a week and then you have your test in the week you pass.
Yeah.
So it's phase 2 you get.
You get 3 attempts at it as well, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
And if you fail then you do a battalion.
No, I think
fail
you
3
do.
attempts, you're a police.
Yeah, they said that. I think you do 2 here. You do 2 here and then you do it in a battalion.
First few days would probably be a bit of a shock to the system. Well, it was for me anyway. Like just little things you gotta get used to that you're probably not used to doing on civilian street, like standing there on the line for 2 hours and not moving, just because they want to get you in with the shock capture, doing things you're not used to doing. But yeah, that was one of the toughest things for me, just being stood there still for 2 hours, your hamstrings killing, your feet killing, your Achilles feel like they're gonna snap, it just all stiffens up. Horrible, little things like that, loads of little things though. But yeah, that's it for episode 3. Episode 4 probably be out in about a week. But yeah, nice one. Young niggas still working, get into the paper. Young niggas
mama telling me, little boy, better keep your head up. I keep a strap below the waist, I can weight up. Gotta watch out for these people, they manipulate us. Gotta watch out for the crackers, steady trying to change us. I'm steady having dreams about a nigga famous.